Live. hello. We are live on YouTube. Welcome to the Last CRM channel. And of course, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're on day 19 of my 100 clients in 100 days. The results are not mind-blowing. But there's some good stuff that's happened in the last week, so I just want to go through that with you. First, I will apologise. I wanted to come here every day and do these live streams, but it's my daughter's GCSEs at the moment and we are travelling and staying in hotels, and next week's going to be the same, so who knows when I'll get to do a live, but I'm going to try and keep at least a couple per week during this busy period and make sure I can keep you updated. So apologies for that, but let's just get that out of the way and crack on with details. Because firstly, everybody wants to know about results. Results are what counts, right? And I just want to show you and talk about what results we were on Friday the 19th, Monday the 19th. Oh, I seem to have ruined previous results. I wanted to show you last week's results and I've somehow managed to edit both. That's brilliant. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just talk about follow-ups. Which one did I want to talk? This one. No. It should say Friday the 19th. Right, I'm going to go with this one. I don't know what's happened. Sometimes I feel like I'm so organised, and other times it's just not worked. This is supposed to say Friday the 19th, and these are the results to date. So we've got total leads 34. I will show you this on the screen in a second. I messaged everybody. I had about 10 people in my list of people that I needed to message, and I messaged them all in the last half an hour to make sure that I followed up. Hey, isn't it amazing how doing these live streams and wanting to show up and prove that I'm doing the work when I've had a seriously hard week, that it's kept me motivated so I can show up and say I've done the thing. But I just want you to know I sent 10 messages in WhatsApp and sent the SMS follow-ups. I've talked about this in previous videos if you want to go and check back and see my approach there. I'll probably do an overview of the approach every 30 days just so you can follow along. But I sent the WhatsApp message, voice notes, I've sent the SMS follow-ups, and of course somebody booked immediately when I followed up. So the follow-up process, the fact of having a sales pipeline and moving them across the pipeline really helps. And this what you can see on the screen here is really a breakdown of that pipeline. So really useful to see it on the side here. So like I say, total leads 34, leads still to message 1. I had one lead who said he had 245,000 contacts, and I just bowed out of that one. I actually didn't follow up with that one. I'm just going to say it's not for me right now. I think there's just so much headaches that could come up with that one, so I just kind of binned that one off. So it's good to have that kind of qualification. If you don't know what the qualification is, I'll show you the beta site that I've got where I ask some questions. I'll just load that up for you now. And the qualification and asking questions of like what systems do you use currently and how many contacts do you have has really helped me in that situation, because geez, if I'd have had to get that guy in, he may well have cost us more than we've earned so far in total. Follow-ups then, no sales. I've got 12 of the sales calls. I've got 4 booked for next week, so that's good. So I got 4 plus I've sent those 7, 8, 9 follow-ups, whatever they were, today. So I expect a couple more will book in over the next week. I think I've got one already booked in for the week after as well. So and this was this week. This was calls this week I've had. So I've had 4 this week, actual calls, and then I've got a couple booked in for next week. Follow-ups 12, in trial 2. So this is the great news. In trial now 2, and 5 people are now customers. So we're on day 19. We're on 5 customers, technically speaking. Whether you count trials as customers or not, I don't know. I'm going to say no for the purpose of this, but I am going to say we've won 5 clients, and that makes me very, very happy. The other thing to think about, we lost 2 clients, so they're clients that have we did the discovery call with, or the demos, and then they didn't sign up for whatever reason, and I've covered those in the previous videos as well. So now I can show you what my pipeline does look like. Let's move this off the screen for you as well. So this is what my pipeline looks like now. So 34 leads, lost I don't know why it says lost 3. Oh, that's one of them's the abandoned one. I guess that would count as a lost one. Open 26 and then closed or won is those 5. So you can see just down here, my chart is starting to look a little bit better with that bottom of the funnel having 1 in there. And what does that look like alongside the calculator that I was selling? I talked about that on Monday. Alongside the calculator, what does that look like in my Stripe account? I thought this would be worth sharing with you as well, because it's easy to talk about this stuff and you could certainly make it up. But this is what it looks like in I'm always nervous about sharing this in case there's something on here that I shouldn't be sharing, but I think this dashboard is fairly straightforward to share. So I've got a balance at the minute, $722, $472 payouts coming, and the total volume here, 114,184, ready in there. So the great thing about it here is we're starting to build monthly recurring revenue. So that's what these five clients are going to give us, is monthly recurring revenue. We have got one client that is on a 1-year trial, an annual trial, so that will be helpful as well, and it just means we have cash in the bank, So I've seen one of our competitors or another high level agency is currently running Facebook ads to get more clients in. Like, it'd be great to go down the paid ads route at some point, but right now we've got such a big audience to use and to target that why would we go down the paid ads route? And I think that's one thing that's worth mentioning at this point. Like, if that's a consideration for you, I've seen somebody I talked to last week, another agency, and they said, oh yeah, I've set up my website and I'm going to run some ads to it. And I was like, how is it converting now? Like, if you can't get a cold audience or a warm audience even to your website and to actually make some sales now, then don't run a cold Facebook audience to that, because you're just going to fail. You need to prove that it works and it can convert before you start running ads. You're just going to spend money. You're going to chuck money in the river. There's just no point in doing it. So we're not going to do that, certainly. And the whole point of this, the one-to-one, both onboarding and sales calls that we're doing, is to learn from our customers first. So we've done, how many calls have we done? I should tally that up actually and work out how many actual sales calls I've done, because we're learning so much from those sales calls. We're understanding what the clients want, what's important to them. We've made a list of questions. So what we've done is we do those calls, and probably 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10 of them I've recorded in Zoom, and then I send them to my VA. My VA then transcribes them and captures the questions. So we've now got in Notion a list of all the questions that people ask to us. What can we do with those questions? We can make social posts out of them, chuck them in ChatGPT and make social posts out of them. We can create frequently asked questions. We can create training material. We can improve our onboarding process. So all of this is really useful. When we open the floodgates up with Facebook ads or some other cold traffic source that potentially could start a lot of trials, we're not going to have the chance to go and speak to every one of those people one-to-one. So we need to do this stuff now ahead of time, and this is why this 100 clients challenge really exists for me, because I wanted to have a real focus of like a big goal, 100 people to speak to. I knew it was probably going to have to speak to about 150 estimated to get them all in and as clients. But I knew it would give us so much information and ammo. And already, even just with 5 clients giving us monthly recurring revenue, that is feeling better. It's feeling like we've got a business here that we can grow and that we can scale. And so I'm feeling super motivated and super motivated to go and make those calls, even though they were sat in my list of leads at the moment. My challenge to myself, my goal for myself, is to make sure that if a lead comes into that list, they're not in that list for any more than 48 hours. Ideally 24 hours. Shall we say that here? I get an email notification now that tells me when I've got a new lead. I didn't have that before. It's in my automation. So why not 24 hours? Let's say 24 hours. Let's get them messaged and contacted within 24 hours so that we can try and push them, because time is of the essence. I really feel like in from a sales point of view, even though the sales process with this is not as pushy as other things, when I'm selling courses, events, that kind of thing, we ask for money. If we're selling products, we ask for money usually on the call. With this, there's a lot of consideration in the whole process. If they're moving from multiple systems, they've got to go and figure out, like, have I got the resource internally in my team to help move this into this system? Even if we're help onboarding them, there's still a lot to consider around it. So I just don't feel like I can just say, get them straight away onboarded. Lost my thread a little bit, but hopefully that makes some sense, even though I lost my thread. So that's it. Thanks so much. It is Friday. It is the weekend. I've still got this huge list of existing customers in my Stripe account for everything that I've done, and I still need to go through and message those people. I really feel like they're good key people to go to, and it's on my ever-growing list of things to do. We're building snapshots. We're building templates in our system. We're moving our WordPress sites. We're moving our own funnels into there. Like, there's all these things happening at the moment. It's all moving across a little bit at a time, and I don't feel so bad about it if I'm making sales along the way and getting people into trials along the way. But that number of 2 people in the trials is a real concern to me. I really want that to be in double digits all the time. So we need to definitely ramp up. Probably after next week, when the majority of her GCSEs, my daughter's GCSEs, are done, so I'm fixed in this office. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate your time and attention. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Like the video. That's a good way to know that people are watching and actually getting some value out of this documentary that I'm doing to get to 100 sales, 100 clients. All right, bye bye.